Good evening, traders. Today is November the 11th, 2010. Sorry I didn't get you that video out at lunchtime, but I was only at my desk for about an hour and a half throughout the entire day. Enough to see that the market was pretty much chopped before we drift higher in the later afternoon session. Cisco reported bad earnings last night, which kind of weighed the market down, and that's why a lot of people were anticipating a sell-off, and they thought that this top that we have been forming would be complete. Now, if the stock market were only that easy, where you could just say, okay, we've had this huge run ever since the September low, and this is a top right here because this is the first sign of any relief of profits being taken that we've had in the past 2.5 months. It's not that easy. Sorry to disappoint whoever thought it was, but this high we put in back here in April 26th around this 1216 level, we broke above that, and until we could hold above that, we have to just stay on the sidelines and just try to make some short-term trades. You see some nice setups, set some alerts, take them, trend line breaks, anything like that, moving averages. Just don't, my opinion guys, I'm not giving you advice, but I'm not allocating any capital into this market until one, we see a move back up above 1216 to break out of this 1224 high we put in last week, or we break this trend line right here, we break through the 21-day moving average, which is currently at 1192, and we head down to the 50. That's the only way I'm going to allocate any capital into this markets. Looking at gold right here, and gold continues to be strong. I should probably switch to an intraday time frame to show you this. Remember yesterday I told you guys we sold off, we hit that low of 1383, and then we had a really strong rebound, and we got a close of a high at 1417 at around 6:30 a.m. this morning. We sold off a little bit, 1396 we actually touched at around 1040 this morning, which is our major support level that we need to watch. Rallied back up to 1408, which was the cash market open, and then now in the after hours we're at this 1400 psychological number. Still bullish on gold. There's nothing right now that could make us bearish. Now, my personal opinion right now, some of this huge rise in gold, yes, we already know the dollar's being devalued, and the money supply, they keep printing more money, and there's more plans to tax us higher rates, and I'll explain that in a minute when I go over the crude oil chart. But you guys need to also take in the reconciliation that there is a terrorist attack trying to be plotted on American soil. We've been reading it in the papers. I don't watch TV, but I do watch CNBC and Bloomberg, and there's a lot of propaganda being put into the markets, which is another reason why people are trying to protect their assets with gold. I want to urge you that, in my personal opinion, it's not if but when there is another attack. It's going to happen. I believe it's imminent, and the markets are going to be devastated, just like September 11th. And that's why I think at least probably 75 to 100 points in gold is priced in through a terrorist attack. A lot of people may differ with me, but just think about it. And if that does happen, you know, the bond markets and the notes will go a little crazy, just as well as the market will. So it's always good to have stops and keep protection. If you look back in history, not only the flash crash, but you look back on September 11th and see what happened on that date. I don't want to go back all the way then, but just take a look at your chart and see what happened. Taking a look at copper right here. Copper continues to go up. We hit a high of 408 today in my area. People are robbing the copper out of new construction sites, and now you can see why. And we have more money coming into this market. As you could see, the indicator on the on-balance volume continues to go up. We had a little bit of money coming out today, but we're still in an uptrend. We still have an ascending 5-day moving average, and all the other ones are ascending as well. No reason to get bearish here. Looking at natural gas now. Natural gas had that little pop, and I think that's one of the reasons that helped Chesapeake report a better quarter than expected. Now we pulled back over the last 3 days. We're going to look at the September low, which was at 369 for some support, which is right where the 21-day moving average is, and the 50s at 380. So this level right here is going to be pretty significant. It's also right around the gap that we made up from when we hit that low at 325. Crude oil today pulled back about 1 point to 86.83, currently trading in the after hours. We're holding a little bit below the 5-day moving average, but it's still ascending. As you can see, it's white. And that high we put in yesterday was 88.63. I believe that was in the extended hour session. If we do pull back in crude, we're going to look to pull back to the October high around this 84.5 level. Something that I wanted you guys to note from a personal experience: I drive a diesel. It costed me $3.19 a gallon to fill up today, and last week diesel in my area was only $3.09 a gallon, so a 10-cent jump in 1 week. Another thing to note is, I'm going to post this in the description section, they're talking about a 15-cent gas hike across every state in the nation for us to have to pay, and I think it's pretty ridiculous. My personal opinion, this market's hyped up on fixed jobs numbers and employment, wages. Everything is pretty much fake in this market, but we're not paid to be economists. We're just paid to trade this market. We could have that conversation, but it's not going to be on this video. I'm going to show you my trades right after I show you these stocks that reported earnings today. Starting with PBR, they reported this morning, and they gapped down from a close yesterday around 35.5 all the way to 34.91, which we opened at today. This was one of the stocks that I traded on the open. The tape was reading strong. Right here I got long around 34.96, the exact level, and I sold it all the way up here at 35.16 to be exact, right around here. And after that they pulled it. They traded it off the open a couple times before bouncing it back up and failing when we hit the high of the day. So pretty sure you guys, if you've been watching my videos, are smarter than not just to buy a stock because it hits the high of the day. We need confirmation, and I'll just show you a quick example. All right, you see this yellow line? This is the high of the day. What would tongue twister. What we would have wanted to see is we break through that high, which is good. We pull back, and then we break out of this previous high. That's where we start allocating our capital around 35.30. Look for a move back up to 35.50. That didn't happen. So next stock we're taking a look at is Kohl's, another stock that reported before the bell. And I think that I'm not reading anything, I'm just showing you the chart. The chart took the earnings well. We did sell off a little bit, but we quickly regained this small loss, and we had support at 51.88, which we bounced off. You could have got about 2 good trades off of this, and we presumed up to approach yesterday's high of 52.88. I showed you guys a video last night of a trend line break, and here's another example. We take the low of the day, the most recent low that connects a perfect trend. We draw it over. What happens, guys? We bump right off of the trend line, and then we decline from 52.57 all the way to 52.20. That's a nice little 30-cent short you could have made at the close. Remember, short-term trend lines work too. We cut this one short. You see this right here? That's where the 50 starts descending. It turns red. There you go. You could have stayed bearish if you're a position trader. You would have held this for a lot longer than the scalpers did. Another one, Flowers Foods reported earnings. I guess they reported this morning, and they beat, so they ran it up, hit a high of 26 today. Disney reported after the close. We had a strong sell-off, and we met support at 35.23, which is a critical level we have. They bounced it right off of this. See, if you have your proper levels, then you can make some serious money trading in the after-hour session. Viacom reported. I think they beat. It's not a very liquid stock. EJ, eHouse China. and I'm pretty sure that they beat, and that's because GMCR beat too. Rising coffee prices, I believe, were some part of the earnings report. Simon, symbol SI, reported, and it looks like they beat because they gapped the stock up. We traded in a range throughout most of the day, and then right at the close we popped above the open, which was 117.02. If we could hold above 117.41 where we closed today, let's look to get some more buying and maybe see this 118.58 tomorrow on SI. Looking now at the Cisco chart, we had this rapid sell-off in pre-market. Then we sold it down to the 2021 level. My partner actually got long at 2024. I did not trade this stock. It wasn't compelling to me, but something that I see someone else may see totally different. We're looking at the options right now, and as you can see, the calls are overwhelmingly more than the puts. So I would say investors are expecting some kind of rebound, and that's also what the news says as well. So keep Cisco on your radar. Remember, G20 meetings are taking place right now, and there's more people protesting about the private Federal Reserve, which is not a government entity. That's why they're protesting. They don't believe that individuals should have rights of printing our money. I'm reading another piece that Alan Greenspan came out and said that the U.S. was deliberately devaluing the dollar. That's something else I'm not going to discuss in my opinion, because I believe that they are really devaluing the dollar. I don't believe it's just a coincidence. There's a goal that they have in mind, these bankers, and I'm sure that they're only a few years off of reaching it. And then Geithner comes out and he defends it and says that Greenspan was dumb to talk about the weakening dollar. We would never deliberately devalue it. And you guys just need to take note that holiday season is here. Everyone, I know I've started Christmas shopping already because I'm usually the guy that gets everything done at the last minute. So it's going to be exciting to see how the retail sales come in. And some more volume should be placed in this market, being that it's the end of the year and the mutual funds and hedge funds need to put some capital that they haven't used. So when the investors start asking why they didn't use all of it, they'll have an explanation. A lot of the fund managers the S&P's up around 7% of the year, and the fund managers, some of the portfolios are down 15 to 30%. FedEx sees, I'm going to switch to FedEx chart. They said they saw holiday shipping increasing. Need to switch to the daily time frame. Chart looks decent. We got a sell signal today. I'm going to be a little cautious, but the 50 moving average and the 200 are right around the corner. We're in a consolidation in FedEx, and if we could get over these highs that we've been putting around this 91 level, we could potentially see the 97.75 high. I'm not going to get bearish on this stock right now. There's just not enough information. It looks like on the on-balance volume there could be some people wanting to take profits, but that's no hard evidence right there. It says that China has inflation, went up to 4.4% up in October, so it's not just happening here. Commodities are rising all around the world. Wow, it says Facebook's planning to build a $450 million data center in North Carolina. SPWRA, SunPower, reported after the close, and it looks like they beat earnings. Alright guys, then I'm going to show you the two trades I made today before I let you go. RIM, I came back for the afternoon session. I was here probably for 30-45 minutes max. I got long right here at 59.34, right where you see this green line. And I sold it at 59.64, which was right about here actually. It ran to 59.80. I was happy with a 30-cent profit. And my other trade was LVS. You guys know that I watch this stock 98% of the day. This is my main stock that I trade. What did they do today? They gapped it all the way down to this 48 level, around this 48 level. And I knew that that was a buying opportunity. So right when it opened up, I got long at 48.25. And I rode this thing all the way up. I was only long 100 shares, but I made 80 cents off of it. I sold it under this congestion because I had to leave this morning, but they ran it all the way up to 50. So I didn't make much today. I only was at the computer for maybe an hour and 45 minutes. I made about 170 today after commission. This is all I have for you. I will get you a video out tomorrow at lunchtime. You guys have a great evening and great day trading tomorrow.